So there are over 50,000 Jamaicans living in the state of Georgia, and the state's Governor Brian Kemp recently lifted the stay-at-home order and gave the green light for businesses to reopen. This morning we are checking in with two of the Jamaicans in Georgia to hear their thoughts on the governor's decision to reopen that state. Joining us via Zoom, Jason Walker, journalist and Caribbean community leader, and Casey Bryan, general manager at Irimon Cafe, a Jamaican restaurant in Atlanta. Good morning to you both. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Jason, you want to say hi to Delia?
Yeah, I was trying to say hi to Delia because my late grandmother's greatest memory was when Delia came up to our house and did the Dinky Mini. And that's one of the happy moments in our...
Oh, Delia. That's a lovely story. Thank you for sharing that, Jason. How are you guys doing in this time of COVID? First of all, let's do a quick check-in. Jason, how are things with you?
Challenging, teaching children at home, staying at home. And as you know, I'm a journalist. The business is a big downturn during these times. And of course, the constant fear of this invisible enemy. And you don't know what's going to happen. At any moment, you don't know how things will run. And then, of course, our interesting governor moving forward in a manner that I wouldn't really say is very prudent. So, yeah, it's a little bit stressful, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah, we're going to come to the governor's decision. Casey, let me check in with you. How are things going with you?
Well, it's pretty much the same here. I don't necessarily agree with the governor, but I do, honestly, because we have to look out for our customers, and safety is first.
Yeah.
So we pretty much just listen to the mayor and we go by, the current events and not necessarily by an order.
Okay.
Jason, it sounds like most of the Jamaicans in Georgia don't agree with the governor. Is this what it is?
If there's any Jamaican that agrees, I need to find out who that is. But yes, I agree with that assessment.
Yeah. What is it? What is it about the decision that has you? Because you sound pretty strong that this is not the thing to do. What is it about the decision?
At the end of the day, this is a scientific issue, and the scientists have stated, which seems just very logical to me, that there needs to be certain steps before you do certain things. And since there's so much that we don't know, we kind of need to follow what we do know. And
Right.
Since we know that social distancing and not interact, here's the bottom line: when people come together, they're going to come together. And when they come together, that 6 feet thing is going out the window, as we have seen.
Absolutely.
And all of a sudden, we are spiking in Georgia still. I think the day that the order came into being, I think we spiked 1,000 cases in 24 hours.
Yes, but they attributed that to a data dump and to results coming in. You don't buy that?
No, I don't buy that.
You don't buy that. Casey, what about you? The Irimon Cafe is the business that you are the general manager for.
Yes.
The governor is saying what sort of businesses is he saying should open and how? And are you going to decide that you're going to, operate within those guidelines, or are you going to keep things closed?
We're going to keep things as they are. So we offer curbside pickup, we offer delivery and things like that. So we don't want to put our customers in danger. Safety is paramount and safety is first. So we're going to keep on keeping our customers safe instead of opening up as we were before, dining in and everything like that, and exposing our customers unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Jason, in-person church services may resume. That's what he's saying. And I know Atlanta has some mega churches.
Yeah.
Are the churches there saying, no, that's fine, you stay home and we will broadcast to you? Or are they also welcoming the idea of people coming into church and sitting less than 6 feet?
So I go to a Jamaican run church, Pastor Brian Books, big respect every time, and he's keeping the Zoom church call. I do know that the mega churches have been discussing whether or not to respond, and it's actually on the line of the predominantly white churches versus the predominantly led black churches. The predominantly led black churches are like, no, we're not doing this. We're going to continue doing our social distancing. The predominantly white churches are the ones that are considering whether or not to open up which is pretty much the regular trend throughout the country.
Some
Right.
folks are going to tell you that's an unfair characterization, but you're saying this is how you've seen it playing out generally?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So he's saying barbershops, nail salons, hair salons, massage parlors. That's interesting because there's a
That's
lot of
interesting.
touching
Right.
involved there, right?
Right.
Bowling alleys and gyms.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess if people wipe down equipment and observe all of the protocols, that's one thing, but that's putting a lot of faith in a lot of people.
Absolutely.
I agree totally. So so gyms here have been reporting what they do is the machines you can only use 2 machines over. They what they've done is they've locked down the machine that's beside the machine. Unfortunately, what they're also reporting is that a large portion of their staff is not agreeing to come in because they think it's too much of a risk to their lives.
Right.
So there's a challenging conversation going forward, actually.
Yeah, it's interesting, Jason, that you kind of identified white churches and black churches because Zodi Coleman, she's a Jamaican medical doctor in Atlanta, says that the numbers don't lie and African American deaths are 54% of the total numbers and moving up sharply, higher than any other ethnic group. Is there a real fear from African Americans, particularly Jamaicans in Georgia, that they're more susceptible to COVID-19?
Yeah.
Number one, let me tell you something. It's just reality. There are disparities in the health system and in justice system. There are disparities of treatments when it comes to race. And black people getting treated the worst. And then over the past 10, 15 years, especially with the current administration, immigrants are really being focused on as well.
Right.
And what has resulted is an understanding by those of us who are of the darker hue and immigrant that we understand that we're not necessarily going to be treated in a fair manner when we try to take care of our health situation. That's before this was happening. Then this happened, and this just magnified that issue. So
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
so we definitely understand already that we're in a precarious position.
Yeah.
That if we, without the COVID-19, when we go to the doctor, we are not necessarily going to get the treatment necessary compared to somebody else.
All right.
With COVID-19, that's just multiplied 10 times. So yes.
Casey, let me ask you how things have been with your business, with the curbside pickup and the other measures that you have implemented. Have you seen a big hit?
Initially, we did, because as Jason mentioned before, it's like fighting an invisible enemy. You really don't know what to expect. And it's like, you could think to yourself, a zombie apocalypse is coming to us tomorrow. People really don't know what to expect. And so initially it did, but once we started to offer the curbside pickup and once our customers saw that we were taking their health and safety into consideration, we were valuing that, then our customers started to come back and business started to pick up. It's not as picked up as it was before, but we're still doing well, to the point where we even added a food truck into our business, and we recently hired a new employee.
Excellent.
And we've also donated some food to our local heroes at work at the Emory Hospital. So we're trying to give back, even though we're taking a hit right now.
Yeah.
That's Jamaicans, Jamaicans for you. Yes, Jason.
No, I was just celebrating Casey as I saw you go on, Casey. I love it.
Ironman Cafe.
You need to do a story on it, Jason. You need to do a story on it.
What did you say, Simon?
You need to do a story on what Ironman is doing, what Casey is doing.
Yeah, I was
in the
just telling
community.
Casey before.
He did.
First of all, Casey's in an area where Jamaicans aren't normally, because the area that Jamaicans are in DeKalb County, Stone Mountain, Decatur, a little bit in Henry County. She's in Buckhead, which is it's not even close, but it's also the area where all the
Real Housewives,
the big actors, them and so on, go to.
That's the Real Housewives place.
That's the upper St. Andrew of Georgia.
The opposite Andrew, yeah.
You guys are silly. But what better place to put a Jamaican restaurant, though?
Yeah.
Well, you did it, and it's working. So
it's working.
Yeah,
right.
man. Well, you guys hold strain. You're obviously doing what you feel is the right thing, and I mean, governors will govern. This gubernatorial
Right.
thing is strange. A federal response versus what each governor is being tasked to do, and the different responses, and who
And
is
then what the
opening up.
mayors are saying.
It's cool.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, just do your best to keep yourselves and your families safe, and we hope to check in again with you soon. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Thank you.
All right.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Simone and Dicla, you guys stay safe. And Simone, say big respect to Susie and Ari for me.
Oh,
And
gosh.
Jamaica.
Jason, who
Big
you
up.
don't know. My
And
gosh.
one thing.
Yes.
One thing I'd like to add, Ironman Cafe, please follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and please check out our restaurant. We're located in Atlanta, Georgia, in the Mac Aquarium building.
Okay.
All right.
All
Nice,
right.
guys. Jason Walker, journalist and Caribbean community leader, and Casey Bryan, general manager at Ariman Cafe, a Jamaican restaurant in Atlanta. Go check her out. Up next, we check in with our social media fans to hear the views about parents. Parents, talk to me. What do you think about online schooling? You surviving? We'll soon come back.
That's a very apt